I am not your doll who will work according to your actions. Hey there, this is Neha, and in today's video what we are going to discuss is A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. It's a 3-act play written by a Norwegian writer. Its setting is kept in Norwegian town, and this play shows the condition of women in the period of 1879. Before we move on to the biography of Henrik Ibsen, please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon right next to it. Let's discuss something about Henrik Ibsen. He was born on 20th of March 1828. He was born in a very rich family and lived in Norway. His father was a very rich businessman, and he had a loss in his business and became a drunkard. And because of all this, he started scolding his wife and his children. It is believed that Henrik Ibsen got inspiration of writing this play from his family matters only. He started writing at the age of 15, and in his early age he didn't get any fame, but he doesn't stopped working hard, and finally he became successful and died on 23rd of May 1906. Now let's rush to the story.
So the story, A Doll's House, starts from the eve of Christmas, that means on 24th of December. Nora Helmer came back. She was a middle class housewife, and she came back after shopping and had some packages, and was very happy that she had surprises for her husband and for her children. When Torvald Helmer saw those packages, he started scolding her for spending too much of money, and started scolding her for being such a spendthrift, lavish, or we can say prodigal person. And he describes her about their family conditions, finance conditions, and he says that he had just got a promotion in bank and the check is still due. And he also said that she got this habit of spending too much from her father. Then Dr. Rank, Torvald's friend, or we can say family friend, comes to the house, and he goes to study room to Torvald. After he goes to Torvald, then enters Christine Linde. She was an old friend of Nora Helmer, and they meet finally after 8 years, and she was very happy to see her after so many years. Then a conversation began, and they started asking for their well-being. Then Nora asked Christine Linde about her husband. She said that her husband had died 3 years ago, and she had a lot of struggle in her life for gaining money, and she had done a lot of jobs, and now she is trying to find a job. Then Nora tells her about her husband's promotion, and they started a discussion about the struggles they had in their life. Nora says that she had to struggle a lot in her life when Torvald was sick, that she took a loan from someone and returned the amount in installments by doing jobs. Then enters Nils Krogstad. He was a colleague of Torvald in bank. He asked Nora that where is Torvald. Then she says that you can move to the study room, you will find him. Then he moves to study room, and Christine Linde asks Nora about Krogstad. Then Nora tells about him that his wife is no more, and he has many children and is living alone. Mrs. Linde says that he is changed now, and changes this topic of knowing Krogstad, that she knows Krogstad from a very long time. Then Torvald, Krogstad, and Dr. Rank, they all of the three came out from the study room, and Nora introduces Mrs. Linde to Torvald and says that she wants a job. Could you please get her some job in bank? And he says that I'll tell if there will be a chance of getting a job. All moves to their work, and Krogstad comes again. Nora is scared to see him again. He talks to her about the rude behavior of Torvald towards him, and also tells her that he is trying to remove me from my job. Convince him of not snatching my job from me. She refuses to do so. He threatens her by blackmailing her about her revealing of secret. Then he says that I am having evidence too. The fake signature which you did of your father, but he died one day before. I'm having that evidence. She asked him, why is he doing so? What is the motive of him? What's the aim of him? Okay, he says that there is no intention of me doing all this. Only I want is my job. And if you will not convince your husband, then I'll write a letter to your husband revealing all your secret. And you will be the only reason for all this. If you save my job, then you and me both would be happy. And then he leaves. She does not want her husband to know about her struggle she had when he was sick. She doesn't want to hurt her husband's ego of being a male. He already had a rough attitude towards her. He always scolds her. She was highly tensed. Then she visits Linde and describes her about all the issues and her problems. At first, she tries to hold Krogstad job in bank, but Torvald refuses and doesn't want to talk about all this. On the Christmas evening, the next day, Krogstad visits Nora and says, I have already posted a letter to your husband, and then he leaves after saying this. Then visits Mrs. Linde and asks why he came. Nora tells her that he has written a letter to my husband and what will I do now? Mrs. Linde goes to Krogstad and explains him not to do all this. Nora is very afraid of Torvald's reading the letter now. Okay, and then Mrs. Linde offers a marriage proposal to Krogstad that it's all same, तुम कमाओ या मैं कमाऊं एक ही बात है, ठीक है? Then he agrees, but he says that the letter is already been posted by him. What will he do now? Then Mrs. Linde says that you should write one more letter to Torvald expressing regret about what you have done. He agrees and writes a letter to Torvald about his regression. Then Nora tries a lot, but the letter gets in the hands of Torvald. He shouted a lot on her, even says her about her character, but she didn't say a single word for him. In between, the maid comes and gave the second letter to Torvald. As we all know, it was a letter of regret. Torvald reads the letter and comes in a normal situation and he keeps calm. And then he goes to Nora and says that it's okay, I forgive you. Then she says that she does not want to live here now. You have insulted me a lot. I am going from this house. You really have insulted me a lot. Then he says that it's okay, but if you want to go, if you want to live here, not like my wife, then you can at least live here like my sister. You can see now what kind of person he is. He only wanted to treat her like a doll or puppet who works according to him forever. Then she leaves the house with her children at the end for freely living her life as she wanted. And the play ends.